Happy 4th, everybody. After a month's break, let's come back to looking at Take Your Mind Off the Wheelchair, Part 5, An Anxious Mind. Luke 12:29 says, "Do not be anxious about what you will eat or drink, and do not have an anxious mind." Anxiety is when our thoughts are in suspense and unsettled because we are uncertain about the outcome of a circumstance or even our future. And anxiety is of two types. One is just a result of speculative thinking. What's going to happen to my job, my future? What do I eat? What about today? All just the mundane routine things of life. And the other type of anxiety is actually a result of trauma and something terrible that has happened in our life. We all have anxious moments and anxious thoughts. But what we don't want is to become an embodiment of all those anxious moments in our life, where predominantly we're looking at life based on all the negative things that happen in our life. That will cause us to have an anxious mind. Jesus died to give us his peace. So how do we practically get rid of an anxious mind? There's a story in 1 Samuel chapter 30 where David loses his wife and children. His city has been burned and all the people have been taken captive. And he did two things. It says he encouraged himself in the Lord and turned to God for a strategy when he was anxious and fully, totally distressed. How do you encourage yourself in the Lord? Well, take a look at your life and all the things that you were anxious about, which turned in your favor, which resulted as an answered prayer. So it's not just having a positive mindset, it is being realistic about things that have happened. And two, get a strategy from God, because he's a God who speaks. In David's case, God said, "Go and pursue the enemy, you will recover everything." And he sure did. Let's get rid of an anxious mind by encouraging ourselves in the Lord and getting strategies to overcome it. Amen.